thoughts, and opinions expressed are the speaker's own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of the community. The material and information presented on this podcast is for general information purposes only, and any reliance on the information provided on this podcast is done at your own risk. Welcome to the second episode of the Apology Accepted podcast. Whoop, whoop. Listen, I am so excited, man. I am so excited to say second episode. Like, I don't think I can truly articulate how I really feel inside about this journey as a podcast host. But I am truly excited. And before I deep dive into the second episode, I want to first say thank you all so much. Thank you so much for pouring into me last week. Man down, okay? And even though I was feeling so bad, and trying to get better and recover from the flu, like all of the outpour of support and love that was shown to me when I launched this podcast, it was just amazing. It was an amazing feeling. I launched last Tuesday, not even knowing I had the flu, okay? I even did a live and said, hey, make sure y'all go listen. I launched. I'm excited. This is what I'm doing. I did a whole Facebook live, body aching. I was at school. Like, it was a lot going on, but it's something about that strength that we get when we know we got to take care of our babies. Because last week I was on single parent duty because my husband was out of town. And so I had to, make sure the kids were straight, get everybody to where they needed to be for those who don't drive, and just make sure everything was right. So my push through was, what, Lord, if I don't do it, ain't nobody else here to do it. So that's why I think, because I keep saying I don't know where I got that strength from, but that's why I think that strength came from, because Wednesday came and my daughter drove me to urgent care, and I tested positive for the flu. I immediately shut down, and probably because I knew my husband was in the sky on the way home, and it was like, look, y'all hold it down for yourselves the next 4 hours. I don't know. But I felt really bad last week. And so to see and get all of my messages and phone calls, I am truly grateful for you all. I truly appreciate you guys supporting me. So thank you. All right, so let's deep dive into this second episode. Who is LaTesha? Because I have listeners that is listening to me word of mouth or by share, and they don't know who I am. And so what I wanted to do was just introduce myself, say who I am, and I'm gonna kind of take this 7-week season backwards. You know how you go and you some of y'all might have had surgery, some of y'all might have not. Or even dental surgery, any type of surgery where you got to go under. Most of the time they tell you to count down. And so that's what this season is going to feel like. It's going to feel like a countdown. So starting with present and then kind of going backwards. So, LaTesha, I am a wife. Me and my husband will be celebrating 18 years next month. And sometimes it still surprised me to say I am a wife. But I am. So I'm a wife. I'm a mother of 4. I am a motivational advisor. I am a dedicated member to Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. I am a faithful member of New Kingdom Christian Ministries. And of course, I am you all favorite conversationalist. So that's me today. Today, that is who I am. And so most people will say, well, it sounds like you all right to me. I mean, what are we doing? It sounds like you're good. It sounds like you got it all together. It sounds like you know which way you're going. So, what is this healing for real? Why are you on this journey? Because it sounds like you good, sis. Well, again, going backwards, I was not always a wife. I was not always a mother of four. I definitely was not always a motivational advisor. And I truly, truly gave up on church at one point in my life. Never thought I could be a member of any sorority because college was not a thing. And so to actually be speaking at engagements and to say the second episode of a podcast that I host definitely was not in the making. So who I am today, right now, has helped me unpack who I was prior to. And that was a young girl raised in a single family home with one parent, who had to help her mom raise children, watched abuse all my life, physically, emotionally, spiritually. You know, abuse is the start sometimes of such a hard trauma that sometimes some of us are able to, I don't want to say bounce back, but able to get through. And sometimes it's not because we become who the abuser said we would be, you know. And so my father, back in his day, he was an addict. You know, he was in and out of jail. I mean, all my life. And so people who knew him knew, and when I say people, I mean family members. And so the lash out that comes with that, sometimes that is put on a child, me, sometimes that stick with you. And for me to hear you gonna be just like your dad, because of course I wasn't perfect, you know. So yeah, I went through that phase of, you know, high school, skipping school, hanging out late, staying out past curfew, you know, being somewhere my mom told me not to be. I went through all of that. And so to hear certain things such as, you're going to be just like your no good, blank, baby, blank, daddy. Those words stuck with me for a while. And I started to feel like this is who I'm fitting to be. And that was scary. That was honestly scary. And so I knew I had one or two choices. Either I was going to be who people said I was going to be, or I was not. But how do I not when I'm in an environment that say or suggest this is your life? You know, and so understanding, and that's what I understand now as a parent myself, environment is everything. It's everything. And yes, we have the potential to beat the odds, and sometimes we cannot help the environment that we are in. And you know the saying, you know, you got to play the hand that you're dealt. And I was dealt a hand, and I, you know, viewed my cards several times. And a couple of cards I threw out, thought I could make it do what it do with the rest of the cards that I had. Reality was I didn't like my hand. And 2020, I said, you know what? I'm going to throw the whole deck away. I don't like none of these cards I got left, and forget it. I want a new hand. Better yet, I want a new dealer. Better yet, throw the whole deck away. I don't want none of it. And so it wasn't until 2020 that I changed my thought process on how I was going to become this grand motivational advisor, this dedicated member of Sigma Gamma Rho, this faithful member of New Kingdom Christian Ministries, you all favorite conversationalist. Because truth be told, if I kept my hand, the only thing I would probably be is a wife, mother of 4, and a great, hard worker and business owner. Which, it is nothing wrong with that. Let me say that again. It is nothing wrong with that. However, I knew in my heart I wanted more. I know in my heart I want to be more. Like it's some other stuff I want to be that I'm working towards. So I still have a ways to go. It's just this time I'm not working with the cards that I was dealt. Okay? I am, for the first time, in control of my entire self. For the first time, I am in control of my mind, my body, my soul. Like, I did not understand the lack of self-control I had prior to me starting this journey, this healing journey. Because like I told y'all last episode, I am healing for real this time. And that comes with a cost. Healing for real comes with a cost. And for the first time, I had to hold myself accountable. I had to, hold myself accountable to not only what I wanted to do, but what I said I was going to do. I had to be disciplined. And that was hard. Being self-disciplined is hard to me. Some people, can utilize self-discipline and be like, I got this, and roll. Discipline for me was hard because I had the option to not do. So if I ain't want to do it, I ain't do it. But I had to learn, listen, you said you doing this, you own this, and guess what? If you don't move forward, then you have to, I felt like I would have had to go back to the trash can and get those cards that I threw away and continue to work with the hand that was given to me. But I didn't want to. So what keeps me pushing and moving forward is just saying, well, you going back to the trash can, girl. You gonna go ahead and get them cards out that trash can. That's what keep me motivated, because I ain't going in that trash can. I'm telling y'all, I am not going in that trash can. And I give you all permission today, this Good Tuesday, on this second episode, I give you all permission if you ever see me slacking, just call me, text me, whatever you got to do, and be like, girl, you know it's a lot of trash up in that trash can for you to go through and get them cards out. You gonna really go up in that trash can, girl? Remind me of the trash can. When you feel like you want to give up, when you feel like you can't do, or if you just don't want to be disciplined no more, I want y'all to remember that trash can. I want y'all to say to yourself, look, I ain't finna be reaching over getting stuff out this trash can. And look, I definitely can't reach in no trash can this month because guess what? It is Rovember. I got my Rovember nails. I can't be messing up my good old blue and gold nails now to go pick up some cards because I don't want to be disciplined. I don't want to stick to my own goals. I can't do it. So that is what, knowing that I am not going to reach in that trash can is keeping me focused right now. It is definitely keeping me focused. So I want to leave y'all with this. Know you can. So when you do, it's all or nothing. It is literally all or nothing. And that's where I am right now. It is all or nothing. I know I can. So I'm doing what I can. Because it is all or nothing. I have no other options. And that's the way I have to proceed right now. Because if I give myself another option, I'm going to find myself standing in front of the trash can. Thank you all for tuning in to the second episode of the Apology Accepted podcast. Stay blessed.